My name is Mud. Come on. Okay. So the nice thing is, I don't have to do most of this area, but I do still have to do the basic stuff. So I will get invaded here shortly. That I already have. Interesting weapon, though. The fundamental flaw with the Madness build is that it is very powerful, except it doesn't work on bosses. That guy. Alright, so here's the deal. Oh, I'm just heading down to Abandoned Church. But I figure, what the hell? I will make every attempt to kill these guys. I am in... I don't even know what this area is called, honestly. This is the Frenzied Flame part. So he's going to appear behind me. So I don't want to get touched by that. What I do want to do is... I wouldn't say it's better. Alright, I failed. I wouldn't say better. It's just, if you've played the base game a few times, it's new, right? I don't want to wait. What? I missed it. Dang it. It was the madness equipment is what ultimately killed me. I can't believe I missed the 3 times. 3 times. Yeah, it's just different. There's some stuff they put in there that's like harder. Um, mobs like these are kind of unique. Yep, I'm Liam's dad. That is what I was trying to. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Are you a cheerleader as well? So for those that are watching because I'm playing Elden Ring, Liam is a cheerleader. This year is cheerleading at Weaver State. He's been an all-star competitive. Oh, nice, Eli. That's awesome. Were you at one of his camps? Or did you get him at a competition? Switch, please. That's an excellent question. Which ending should you go for? My very first playthrough, I didn't do like a special ending. I just did the standard. I didn't do any of the endings they sort of guide you toward. Oh, nice. I've never been to Cheersport in Atlanta. That's one of the comps I had hoped to make, but it's not going to happen this year at least. We usually would make a point to get to see him at NCA down in Dallas. But this year it'll be Daytona for NCA College. So I think the ending, one of the endings I think that is the most endearing is Ronnie's ending, which is the Eternal Night ending. Probably not from an RP standpoint, but the sky looks really cool. The first ending I did, the first playthrough, my ending was the Ronnie Endless Night ending. And then this playthrough I did, I've actually technically ended. I just did the DLC after I killed the Elden Beast. I did the Frenzied Flame ending. I have not done... I think I did Thea's ending. I'm trying to think of all the endings. It's standard ending, Fia's ending, Frenzied Flame, Endless Night, Ronnie's ending. I may have done one of the other ones, but I'm not sure. I think this is now maxed. Yep. All right. I've maxed my Skidoo Tree and Revered Spirit Ash completely already. And the ending that you pick has no bearing on next game. So if you go to play a next game with the same character, doesn't matter how you ended the game. You start totally clean slate. All right, I don't have any interest in finishing out this area down here, honestly. There's nothing here I particularly care for. What I do want to do is get to the Cathedral of Manus Meter. Not in this playthrough. So on this character, yes. On the first game, I did. I'm now just, I haven't even entered Shadow Keep. I was actually trying to get as many of the quests done as I could before I got to that point. What's that over there? Bow. And sword. There's something there. What? I did not see that coming. That's funny. Oh, that's why. Okay. That was the wrong. It was wrong level. Need to be higher up. Easiest boss in all of Elden Ring. Oh, yeah, thank you, JJ. Actually, I try and do that on purpose. No one wants to see my ugly mug anyway. The easiest boss in all of... I don't... So, here's the thing. I play a very caster-oriented game. And so, bosses that move a ton tend to dodge all my spells, and they can be really frustrating. So, I don't think Red Wolf is the easiest boss. But I get the point, though. I think that if you're melee, the fact that the boss kind of stays away from you, I think does make it substantially easier. Easiest boss, boy, that is an interesting question. Ugh. Down here, may as well collect the goodies. Well, okay, so let's actually take a step back for a moment. For example, the Beast of Far Missoula is a creature that you end up getting as a standard trash mob in a later zone. So, in terms of which creature is the easiest boss, well, that one. But that's depends on when you get to them, right? If you get to the bosses in the order in which you're supposed to get to them, like generally, not absolutely, but like if you're generally getting to them in an approximate order, boy, I think, Renali is pretty easy, in my opinion. Who else? Yeah, Renali is pretty easy. If you know how, right? Once you know how to do her as a boss, she's really easy. Yeah. But I think there is some subjectivity to it, honestly. Because there are bosses that are... Oh, this guy. I think you're all special. He's got the protected legs. That boss. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Some of the dragons are really easy. Like, as a kind of a contrast. But again, so Fire Giant is, for a caster, is a really easy boss, in my opinion. If you play him smart at all, you can plow through him. Not really fast, but really easily. When I did Placidusix on my first playthrough, I four-shot him. I killed him on my, I think, second attempt because something happened on the first attempt, but I killed him in 4 hits. Because I used a God Killer spell, or the big body spells. Like, there are spells that will do, like, massive damage to bosses with large bodies, but they're nearly useless against the smaller bosses. Of course, on this playthrough, the one I'm in right now, I beat Melania on first attempt. And the hardest is the first attempt because you start really close to her. So I had to first survive her immediate attack, right? Normally when you play through a second time, right, you start far away. But on a first attempt to play through, when you spawn, she's really close, so she immediately charges you. So if you can survive that, then that makes it a little bit easier. I'll also say that the build I'm using is a magma build. She was pretty vulnerable to the magma build that I had. I haven't. I'm considering various options for my playthroughs. I might do Elden Ring again.
It is said once fate, I wish to help the lands you are a fight. I've given you all I know for power. I too studied by you. Long ago we took that, and yet
Yeah, I have all of these.
oh yes, do mind you wonder. Is something to school?
I've no interest. My only and you. Only Count Emir's your sword. Begone, there is nothing.
There's nothing more to say. Bitch. So one thing that occurs to me is what is on the map? Simple old map, faded and dirty, acquired from Count Ymir, High Priest. So the difficulty is so here's the interesting thing. There are two of the well, three technically, but there are two external places that you want to go to. The Finger Ruins is what he's actually sending you to. Okay, so Godskin Duo, there's a trick. There are a couple of questions though. The first one is, do you use Spirit Ashes? So Spirit Ashes make that one much easier. If you have Dung Eater as a Spirit Ash, which you have to actually do a special thing to get him as a Spirit Ash, he's a really good choice. I would not pick Tish. What you really want is a Spirit Ash that will keep one of the two entertained while you kill the other one. So the Godskin Duo is an encounter that has a fixed health pool. So if one spawns, right, and if both of them spawn, you knock one down and there's one left, and you damage the other one to the point where he's gone, you'll have none, and then one will spawn. But once you drop one, a timer starts, and like 3 minutes later, whatever it is, they will spawn again. What you want to do is to not kill them close to each other, because then you're going to get them both together again. What you want to do is try and focus one down, just hit one of them. It's very tempting to hit them both with lots of AoE spells, but if you do that, they're both going to come back at about the same time. Then you have to fight both of them again. So you want to try and knock one of them down while your Spirit Ash keeps the other one busy. Then go to the other one that your Spirit Ash has been keeping busy. And then hopefully you get that one dead before the other one comes back. And probably once you get a respawn where there's two of them, that's when just use AoEs to try and knock it down to 0 health. I think a lot of people try and do tricky stuff with the Godskin Duo, and it's really the opposite you want to do. If you don't want to use Spirit Ashes, then you really need to use the floor space well. And in that case, I would recommend do as much damage as you can to both of them. Although don't avoid damage to one so that you can damage both. And if you can, try and focus one down first so that at least for some time you only have one left. I hope that's helpful. But as a melee fight, the Godskin Duo, especially the big guy, is a serious pain. No, Bloodhound's Fang's a fine weapon. I don't use it because I generally don't play melee. So when I have a melee weapon, it tends to be one that has spell-like abilities. Blasphemous Blade being sort of an obvious choice. I think for someone who's just generically trying to play the game, Blasphemous Blade is probably the best weapon in the game. It's the one that you don't need to do a lot of special work to make it a highly effective weapon. A lot of the other ones, you need to like do stuff to it to make it a really effective weapon. I need to get down here. I'm trying to remember how to get down here. I think you come out over in here, maybe? Is it this fissure? Right, that's the dragon stuff. Look, see if I can find it. Yeah, Bloodhound's Fang is great. I mean, hell, what's it called? The Lord's Great Sword or whatever it's called. The one of the first swords you get in the game is a great. You can win the game with that easy. I mean, keep in mind, people win the game with a club. But the reason that, for example, I have the Magma Blade is because I'm a Magma build, and so the damage that it does is enhanced by virtue of the build I have. Since it enhances the Magma spells, it enhances the Magma Blade. And having it leveled up and being good with Bloodhound Fang is also just generally probably a pretty decent idea. Oh, those guys got a lot of hit points. What's this? Oh, full of those anyway. Oh, good luck. Is that? Huh. Well, whatever it is, it's got an arrow in it now. was a tunnel or something that I had to go down. Just don't remember where it is. Divisive comments are not appreciated. Already got the guy's claws. He like comes out of nowhere and like goes to rip you apart. Alright. I'm just trying to remember. There's a way to get down here, which is where I want to go. And I don't remember what it is. It's not through here. This is a sealed area. I missed. I can get there down that way. So down through here. Looking for the swampy area. Yep, here it is. Okay, now I'm remembering. Oh, toxic moss lake. Who knows? I forget what I need him for, but I remember. These things. that stupid crab. There's that. It's kind of neat to see the builds that people use. As the ghosts go by, you can see like the huge, it's the thumbprint shield, which you would think that it would be like good for a madness build, for a frenzied flame build, but it's not because it uses the wrong stats. It's just kind of funny. Welcome, welcome. Graphics. Oh. Oh, you have big bands on your feet, which means he's protected. Oh, it's rope. Actually, it's not metal at least. need to do most of this. What I'm really trying to do is to get to here. But I think I'm going to have a dragon to fight here pretty soon. Yep, I'm definitely going to have a dragon to fight here. Ho 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 ho! Dirty girl. I'm dead. Bastard. Sweet coast. Alright. Let's see. Oh, bastard. Ow. What? Big fat lies. Although that makes me want to change spells, what I just saw. Oh, I don't have enough faith. Well, I'm not going to have much luck with that, am I? So we'll go with this. I am, or at least I'm heading toward an in-faith build. I'm pretty high. I'm fairly high level, but I don't want to give up other stats. that makes any sense at all. Come on, Dung Eater. Sit there with the obstacles. Ow. No, cheating now. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow. Ow. Big bad. Ha ha. Yeah. So I'm always like caster, right? It's just that's my play style, and even when I have a weapon, I'm still very caster oriented. Um, oh, do I want to go down to Trina? It's like what a weird little quest that is. A quest line that's entirely doing nothing but throwing your body at them until you die. It is when you get high enough level, you can kind of do it all, right? And that's why they keep buffing up the bosses, because you have the ability to put whatever spells and stuff that you want. I think at the end of the day, for me at least, the big deciding factor is I've just never been really good at the whole like 1,000 presses do the exact right thing all the time kind of stuff that's required of a build that's sort of put around letting that guy's jars like break those limits. That's just never really been my thing. No shade, right? Hey, enjoy, play the game you want to play, but it's just not really the way that I enjoy playing it. Occasionally I will do a fight that's like that. Those can be fun. Oh, I have to go off this side. but you know, I've never felt really strongly about needing to, you know, sword and shield my way there. Usually I will try it, and I get really frustrated because I'm just not very good at it. Alright. That one, that one. So, it, yeah, you're. It's a fair question. So I'm heading down to St. Trina. Here, let me. Not gonna help much, but I'll put on my little lantern. I just skipped a whole bunch of stuff, and then this is gonna kick me off one course. Alright, so here at the end, you can go down this fissure, and you basically just keep hopping down and hopping down. There are creatures that are there, you can just run past them, right? And in doing that, you end up in this area, the Stone Coffin Fissure. And there's, let's see, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Ultimately, you're going toward, there's a boss, and then there's an NPC that you don't really beat. It's St. Trina. So if you know the plants sometimes you pick called the St. Trina's lily, they're named after that person. And they're one of the various mystery creatures. So these are little blobs that exist in this part of the game. So with these guys, what you have to watch out for is they'll be hanging on the ceiling up there, and they'll drop down on you. And they'll land square on your head, by the way. Like that guy was just about to do. My mistake was that I should have camped here. So, yeah, I mean, it's basically just, you know, it's one of the cases of just follow the yellow brick road, so to speak, down into where you're trying to go. So ultimately, you can go up and around that way, or you can come down here. I'll go this way. Last time I went the other way. And then there'll be these guys are hanging out in these places. So normally in that blue and red area that I was in, that I kind of got. I went into to get to here. Normally, there's a whole bunch of stuff in that area, but I don't need to go there. It's a lot of trash and basic gear. It's not a lot of, like, you know, it's a lot of this kind of stuff, so I'm not too terribly worried about. Oh, I'm about to get pasted. Ow. Problem is... I think there's another spot. Thank you, dude. Or is it dough? Oh, alright. Well, looking forward to it. Have a good one, dude. Oh, God. I just beat myself a little. Now, the secret to this build is not actually to hit people. You want to land close to people. So that your explosions and lava hit them. That's actually the... this is a magma build, so I'll open up my stats in a second. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. So, the build is centered around magma spells, and the weapon I have. There's actually 2 magma weapons. I just don't want to... I don't like the action of the other one. I don't like either one of them, but I like this one even... I like this one more than the other. So, the build is... any armor will do. There's no particular better armor, because there's no armor that increases the damage of a magma spell. I could get the generic additional damage, but then I also take more damage, right? So magma's fire-based, so fire increase, potency increase, shorten spellcasting time, and then greatly raises potency of sorceries, because they're mostly sorcery spells. So this is the set, typically, that gets built into it. And then the Gelmir Glintstone Staff specifically boosts lava sorcery, which is the magma stuff. So I often will call it, I won't call it magma, I'll call it lava, and that's why. You shall not pass. That's what I was trying to figure out why my damage was actually low. It's because I failed to bring out the lava staff. The damage that lava staff gives is actually pretty damn good. Hey, come on. So that little action is the thing that makes this little sword pretty neat. It's this, this is a left click heavy. That second hit actually hits pretty hard. But what I really need right now is this. Why not some of this? Him to look at it. Oh, no, stay there. Ah. Oh, come on. 2? On earth is that weapon? Might even have one of those, that's the funny thing. Rats. Oh, how do I miss that? I feel cheated. What you got here, buddy? Runes. I'll say this, though. Drop a lot of runes. So, little game thing. Here's what's interesting. Look at the carved words coalesce because of the thing you're looking at. I abandon here my love. Okay. There is some interesting lore built into the game, actually. There's a lot of it. But this one's one that's very obvious and close. So he's looking right at that footstep, right? I mean, he's looking right there. If you talk to him, kindly Michaela, I see you've thrown away something you should not have under any circumstances. How will you salvation offer to those who cannot be saved? When you could not even save your other self. So, those are tied, right? Gave up their love, you should not have thrown it away. As you play through, if you actually pay attention to what's going on, you learn more and more that Michaela is kind of awful. In fact, all of them are. Oh, yes, please. I don't mind if you don't. What sucks is I took Rock Sling off my list and put the multi-layered rings of light on there, and I should have put it back, and I didn't. Oh, it's right there. Just fix it. Actually, better than Rock Sling, I want the bow. Mastery. Loretta's Mastery. There we go. Oh, it's nice and warm. Alright. This one. And for you, I have this. What's even funnier is this spell takes 2 slots, and this spell takes 2 slots. Is there something there? Is that a place right there? What is that? What does that do? Do I want to go there? Alright, if you didn't know this, this is something you can do. You can toss colored stones Rainbow Stone, and if it breaks, it's not a safe jump. The problem, so, I mean, I have no problem with either one. If people want to play either way, I don't hold it against anyone who decides to do caster, or specifically like a caster build, or decides to do, yeah, it saved my butt many times. It only works with rainbow stones. It does not work with the other stones, just FYI. So, there are fights that as a caster are really freaking hard, and as a melee they're much easier. There are fights as a melee that are really freaking hard, and as a caster, breeze right through them. So that guy and that guy are both that same kind of thing. Just FYI. These guys are much bigger issues here. Ugh. Hold on. It's too far. It's kind of hilarious when they get stuck like that. This one, all I'm really trying to do is to knock him to where he's not visible anymore. Now his head pops up, okay. He's down far enough, not too worried about him now. That guy that was up there. I just need to make sure that this area doesn't get exposed to where he is. Get me? That was funny. All that? Still up there, desperately trying to shoot me away. Throw a blob, please. Do you mean in, like, any specific way? Oh. No. Oh, there he goes. Please. Lame. it. Ah. Oh, alright, that counts. I know, boring. Competitive cheerleading. Sorry, Zud, missed the ask. Competitive cheer. So both my kids are competitive cheerleaders. One is now in college level competitive cheer. Oh, one more. Hold on. Oh, rats. Oi. Hold on. Back to the big bow. Oh, alright. Now the question is, did this guy fall? Yep. He did. He fell all the way down. now is it skeletons, I think, that are next? Well, I'm also pretty high level, to be fair. Keep fighting through. What is this? Imminent death, that's what this is. Alright, and back away from there. There is a bad guy right there. Try jumping. No, thank you. But we are going to do this. Right there. Ah, I missed. What? Hasn't spawned yet. Dirty bastard. Why won't this guy... Oh, ow, what? Alright, I feel wrong. Okay. Weapon change. Ah, that was just dumb. I knew that there were skeletons were there, I just couldn't, like, get that to happen. Weapon change. Figure holy arrows would do more damage than that, you know. Now, here's the problem. Ah, yeah, that's not what I wanted. So he's going to reform, and the problem is that I don't have... I can't see where his corpse is. You know you have skeletons that are going to need to reform. there are certain Ashes of War that will explicitly tell you that if you use it to do damage, they will not reform. Oh, what do you mean, like with a bow? Alright. So now... I'm going to go back to that. There we go. Oh, that's something I wanted. So, the damage done by the explosions is much greater. Plus, if you position it right, you'll get them with the lava that comes out of it too. So it does a whole lot of damage. So see the explosions. 4094. Right? But even a charged hit is only 34. So you're much better off setting a charged lava ball to get the bigger hit. Alright, I'll take it. If they're gonna confidently walk into my spells, that works for me. No arguments there. This is where it gets weird. Okay, so boss fight. And here's the thing. I've never been able to bring myself to kill all these creatures. I think I did once. But they're all so docile and just chilling, bowing toward whatever's up here. Alright, how close? Yeah, I need 10,000. 10,000, and I don't need to sweat losing runes, so I'm going to spend 10,000. It's actually maybe more like 9,000, but... Alright. Now, level. Oh, spell change, maybe. Nope, that set'll work. And then here's the crazy part. So you get all these like recommendations from people, but when you get to the end, there's an actual message from the game. This guy gives it to you, I think. Grant me the courage to fly to your feet, my dearest Saint Trina. Fly to your feet. What might they be referring to? However, I don't want Dung Eater. Not for the first attempt. I want my Telu. Oi! 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 Oh. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't enough. That's okay. First attempts, yo. Although I'm not sure about Telu, actually. I'm gonna go back to... Did it change? Did not change. Dung Eater. So, one of Dung Eater's powers is making the boss weaker. I'm going to add maximum hit point drop. Oh, cheesy bastard. What? I'm jumping, jumping! I wasn't drinking and not jumping. Yeah, I did better with Telu. Yeah, this guy's tougher second time around. For sure. Which one? Going back to Telu. The boss? Oh, the name will come popping up on the screen. Oh, which one? The moon that was popping up? tell you to do, and not like some random thing. Yep. Oh, okay, it's called Black Blade. When you kill Malekith, the Black Blade, this is one of the two options. It's one of the two options that you get as a spell to use. And it has a specific effect that, if you use it the right way, makes it exceptionally powerful. So when it hits, if you notice his health bar, a gray section formed at the very beginning of it. That gray section is where they can no longer heal to that much. Now the beauty of that actually comes in when at the very beginning of the fight, they're full health. If you hit them with that spell, it does not matter how much spell power or anything you have, it immediately drops to 90%. It's like, bink, instant. So if you open a fight with that one, you're going to really piss them off, but you're also going to do just an instant maximum hit point reduction. Now, it is a temporary effect, but they don't get the hit points back. They would have to heal them back. Second thing is, it has a damage over time effect that is really fast. So if you notice when it hits, they'll be like boom, and then it'll go like that, and then it'll go boom, and then. So at the end of the fight, it's handy to try and get past when they have like a 30% or a 10% sort of finishing move. That tends to like do massive amounts of damage you have to survive. If you can catch them, you can get 2 big hits really fast right toward the end. The Malekith's Black Blade, which is a weapon, hold on, I think I have it. I think it's a Colossal. I swore I had Malekith's Black Blade. Oh, maybe I didn't turn it in. So Malekith's Black Blade is when you have to actually turn in for. And I bet I don't have it. Anyway, Malekith's Black Blade is a weapon you can carry. It's a colossal sword. And its heavy effect is the same. You do, or special is like you go kicking over and then it goes like whoosh, like that, and it does it. The Ash of War, excuse me, the Spirit Ash Tish, the Black Blade, which is this one. This one, Black Knife Tish. He uses that same effect on his dagger. So he can be really handy to pull out. So, you're actually now about to see a quest sequence. Make sure to grab all these. That is about as boring and lame as you can get. It's kind of interesting too. So you imbibe the nectar they give you. By the way, always remember to pick up your runes. Oops. So, this is what's weird. Yep. Keep watching. What you really have to ask yourself is, how did somebody figure this out? Stick around. It's going to take a couple minutes. I don't want to spoil it. But don't forget to pick up the runes. That's a crappy way to lose them. White Witch, you picked a hell of a time to join. Alright, here, watch this. So this is St. Trina, by the way, but I don't understand the question. What board is this? I promise I'm not just doing this pointlessly. I promise. Don't forget to pick up your runes. This is the 4th time, I think. Yes, this is a second playthrough. Okay, it's different now. And I've burnt the tree this time also.
Into a god.
Do you see? See? But then... Then... Actually, sort of. So it's called Next Game. And what they do is everything has more hit points and hits harder. All the bosses do anyway. You keep all of your like quest key items going into the second playthrough.
Would be Nicholas prison. A caged divinity is beyond saving.
But there are actually a couple of differences. I think a couple of bosses get new effects on the second playthrough and beyond. And there are a couple of differences in the way you interact with the world. For example, places that the first playthrough you'll be slogging and stuck going through like swamp slowly won't do that. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the last one. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure. So you know how sometimes when you get into like swampy areas, you'll slow down and walk slowly. It doesn't do that in the playthroughs, if I remember correctly. You can still die from going too deep, but you won't slow down. Yes. You get one ending per playthrough.
Grant him forgiveness.
So my first playthrough, I finished. All right, now I think I'm done. So my first playthrough, I did the Ronnie ending, which is the Endless Night ending, I think. And then this playthrough, I burnt the tree, and killed and selected the Frenzied Flame ending, just for something different. I think there's like 7 endings. Some of them are pretty obscure though. You have to like work really hard to get them. Frenzied Flame isn't difficult to get. It's just not a place people often go to. So they totally miss the fact that it's even there. There was a time when people thought there was an 8th ending, like another one, but I think they proved that there wasn't.
Grant him.
So that's it. Now I've finished it. Oh, don't forget my runes. Collier seemed to care something about.
I have something I wish to tell you. I'm heading south. I've recalled something that Sir Moore said. He discovered deep purple water lilies blooming on the southern shore. That must be where St. Trina was left to wither away. I'm headed to the shore.
All right. Oh, yeah. All right, he's gone. So where did he go? Does he go here? There's St. Trina. I wonder if you find him down. Where does that guy end up? Sorry, doing a quick lookup real quick. Garden of Deep Purple. I don't know what that is. Oh, down here. Let's see if Throlier's here.
Oh, St. Trina. What velvety ambrosia is this? Your poison and the sweet sleep that follows. Oh, please, let me hear your voice. To St. Trina's garden of deepest purple.
Deepest
I'm
purple.
drifting off in the sea of her poison. Soon I will hear her voice. Let me be. I won't be long. Oh, you mustn't. St. Trina's poison would plunge you. It must be me. Oh, thank you not to lie to me. I am the chosen. Only I can do. Why would you hear her voice if you should utter these cruel untruths to me again? I won't be held responsible for my actions. Please, I cannot believe, and I will stop. I will never.
Dumb bastard. This is the DLC.
I will never forgive you. For your trespass, you will know my poison.
Aw, come on. So see how instant, instant lowering of Now that, if I remember correctly, is... What is that? It's a hat. Hold on. Sleep in the vicinity increases targets. That's funny. Alright, that's a crazy item. Alright, now we can go back to where we were. So, where I'm trying to go is here. Which I think I need to get via this area. And there is a cross near there. Is that in the fissure? I'm trying to decide what the best way to get up there is. Yeah, I'm inside. Oof. Yeah, I think the DLC was really well done. I think the pre-nerf Consort Radon fight was just redonkulous. That was just a sickness. I don't know how they ever expected anyone to beat it. People did, but it was very rare. And even still, it's a hard fight. I just don't think they ever intended it to be quite that difficult. Yeah. That's where I'm going. It just went riding right up to it. I'm like, oh, what's that? I don't want to get hit by that. Ah, heck. Hands. Just remember, they're super vulnerable to fire. Oh. What is this? Oh, nice. Not necessarily. I think the thing is that caster builds are designed around massive smash, honestly, and so you would think that it would be like you'd be doing like massive smash for you'd think you'd be doing massive smash with like a big melee weapon, right? But it turns out that most of the builds that people do based around casters are usually based around some specific spell that they've just amped up to some stupid level. Right? So the amount of damage that this spell does, for example, is disproportionately high because it kind of pushed it that way. But this spell lacks a massive smash. Right? So lightning has the ancient 4 to 6 or whatever it's called, lightning strike, which hits a huge area. That'll do massive damage to a mob, way more than any of these spells would do. And because magma is sorcery, and the build is still centered around sorcery, I have the difficulty that the fire spells are incantations. So, the big hits in the fire spell set, where you get that huge, you'd think it would be something like this, but it's really not. They give you what's supposed to be this, Rykard's Rancor. It's garbage. It just doesn't. I've never been able to make it work very well, and Gelmir's Fury is even worse. So you really have to go over to Fire's Deadly Sin, Burn O Flame, Flame Fall Upon Them are like the big spells, and they added these, the Mesmer spells, in the DLC, but they're not that great. By contrast, certain spells are ridiculous, like, where is it? Comet Azure is, if you build for it, just does an obscene amount of damage. What else? Cannon of Haima can do massive damage. Zaymor Ice Storm, if you know how to use it right, massive damage. And then on the incantation side, Knight's Lightning Spear is a sick amount of damage as a normal spell, but this, Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike, this one, the amount of damage that does is gross. I mean, just really, it's gross. You would think Death Lightning, because of how you get it, would be the same way. It's not. It's actually kind of garbage. Burn O Flame, I've had a hard time making that one work really well. This, Unendurable Fury, or Frenzy, is a sick amount of damage. It's gross. I don't care about all the stuff that's around here. All I want to do is get into the stuff in the middle. Now, some of the melee builds are actually like caster builds with a melee weapon. So, if you look at the way that you amp up, what's it called? The Blasphemous Blade, it's a caster build. All the stuff you're adding on there are things to amplify the fire damage that it does. And that's entirely oh, come on. You're amplifying like the fire damage. And so you're really building a caster build for fire that happens to also use a sword. Oh, come on. Yeah, I let myself get hit by the pink shot. Well, it's not. I mean, it's hard because you don't want to give up anything you already have, right? Like this build, I gave up my unendurable frenzy and all those spells. I mean, it was easy to do the build. I just had to give up a bunch of stuff I didn't really want to give up on. Hands are super fire. Ah. And some of the meta builds just have really high requirements, and there's just no way around it. The lightning build, for example, I think the easiest sort of end game kill rate spell is the Ancient Dragon Lightning. I think it's the one that's, even if you only have some of the stuff in that one, you can do just a ridiculous amount of damage with it. What? Oh, at the that guy has a spell. It's actually pretty nasty. The hell? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I need to be over there, unfortunately. So these guys use a spell. You eventually get the spell that these guys have. There's another spell that we never get that's actually really good. But you eventually get the spell that these guys have, and it's a weird, like, turns corners and stuff. course. Scale. Those are actually pretty useful. They're a crafting item that's super rare. Ah. So that spell like turn, just this weird turn thing. Finger mimic, it's the other one. You need both of those items for the, what's it, hold on, where is it? To make, one of the pots, no, what was it? It's one of these items, the fingerprint nostrums. It's like a sort of instant caster boost. I guess not. Thought something else would show up. Alright, so now I forget. So I actually did these backwards last time. He basically, when I went to visit this guy, he's like going, "Oh, I see you found one of those ruins, but that's not the one I wanted you to find. Go to the other one." Now I'm wondering if I go to talk to him and he says, "Oh, you found the right one. Now go find the second one." It would be funny.
The exalted tomb of gracious that only of now thee. Think I have made might made a clean. Ah, you, well, I poor girl, tongue don't. I fear the conceit is there, the answer never was America, and this is no man we have. Ever young Mika knew that it is a trad that he would feel in the blood. May the gleaming stars guide you.
Alright, so the other one requires me to go through to... Let me try talking to her again.
How did you count email reward you with that? Then I see you, and therefore I am Yolan. Don't get the wrong idea, I'm neither friend, I am merely on...
Enough of you. Ah, okay. So he's gone. And in his place... Oh, I have to... There's a button down there. Boop. Who knew the chair had a nose that you could boop? Boop. I am not... So I'm going to go do that, but not until I get rid of these runes. What do I need? About 50,000, I think? Let's see. $80,000, give or take. I should have that. Let's see. That's not what I meant to do. There's 80. I should be over. Yep. Alright, perfect. Now, where was I?
Why, you poor thing. Another bad dream, Yuri. What that rotten thing out of your mind. That tangled mess can't hurt you.
That's weird. Thought I had to beat that guy first.
Did you espy somewhere where the stars will free yourself of any misconceptions? Oh, hello. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore.
Do not tell me that I just, like, locked myself out of an entire boss. That would be lame. I'm displeased.
Oh, hello. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore. Oh, hell. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore.
Alright, well, I'm going to have to figure that one out. Maybe I did lose it. That would suck. Didn't want to lose the finger boss. Anyhow, I'm going to call it a night. It's time for bed. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching. And look for me again. Like and follow. Really appreciate it. Yeah. And I may start streaming some other stuff. People asked about Skyrim, so I thought maybe I might go check that one out. It's been a very long time since I played it. So anyway, have a good night, everyone.